I can do the fuck I want. How about that? And with the money you just gave, I'm going to buy more bacon. How about that?
You know, I've been doing a lot of thinking about the ex-vegan thing lately. I've been looking at a lot of videos from ex-vegans, and I've been preparing responses to some of them. Different people become vegan for different reasons, and different people drop out for different reasons. But I guess what I hate most of all about experienced vegans who go back to eating meat is the intellectual laziness of it. If you've already been vegan for 10 years, you know just how easy it is to keep doing it. You know, I mean, people who've never tried being vegan, they ask me for advice. They say, how hard is it? I tell them it is just as hard as going to a 7-Eleven and saying, no, I'm not going to take that chocolate bar. I'm going to take this chocolate bar. I'm not going to take the chocolate bar that has milk chocolate. I'm going to take the dark chocolate bar that doesn't have milk in it. It's a series of trivial decisions day to day like that you get used to and that can easily, invisibly become part of your daily life in modern Western society. As a vegan, you can sometimes forget that you're vegan. You can have friends who've known you for years and they didn't even know you were vegan. It actually isn't a matter of constantly making a spectacle of yourself. Unlike, say, living the way Blaire White does in many other ways.
And I have been vegan, or I was vegan, for 10 years of my life, from age 14 to now 24. So what I did was I went to a doctor and I got all my levels checked. And basically, lo and behold, there were several things that were extremely deficient.
So again, she's been vegan for 10 years, which is longer than I've been vegan. I've only been vegan for 7 years, and up until now, she hasn't had any problems, no health issues, and in fact, in this video, she talks about how her health improved after going vegan. So why is she having all of these issues popping up all of a sudden? Maybe it has something to do with you trying to change your appearance and hormonal profile to that of a woman. Do you think all of these surgeries, painkillers, and possibly antibiotics you've taken after these surgeries and all of these artificial hormones you've been taking might have something to do with all of these nutrient issues you've been having?
I started getting extremely lethargic. And when I say lethargic, I mean there were times where I would tell my boyfriend, you know, I can't get out of bed. It's not even the matter of I don't want to get out of bed. I'm not even being lazy. It's like I can't get out of bed. I have no energy to even move my body off of this bed.
Oh, fuck. Babe! Babe! I'm so tired! I can't get up! Can you help me get up? I can't get up! Can you help me get up, please? Why am I so tired after waking up? Something that I did recently must have just changed me. I went vegan 10 years ago. Shit! Damn you, veganism! Damn you!
Upon going to a doctor, I was deficient in so many things. In particular, B12, I was disastrously deficient. And if you don't know, B12 is something that is not present in plant-based foods.
All right, well, very sorry to hear about your vitamin B12 deficiency, but what you just said there about there's no B12 in plant-based foods, that's just simply wrong. It just takes a little searching to find there's plenty of vegan foods that have been fortified with B12, all sorts of foods. My personal favorite, perhaps, is nutritional yeast. And as you see here, one of the ingredients of nutritional yeast is vitamin B12.
And it's also widely known that vitamin D is not something that's easily found in plant-based foods, but a lot of vegans on YouTube will say that if you just go outside, you know, there's vitamin D in sunlight, which is true.
There's not vitamin D in sunlight. Your skin produces the vitamin D from the sunlight.
But I'm outside in the sun all of the time, so...
You're outside in the sun all the time, and yet you're complaining about being pale? They just don't add up. Either you're outside in the sun all the time and you're getting a nice tan, or you're just saying that you're outside in the sun when you're really not outside in the sun.
So I went out and I got supplements for every single thing I was deficient in. And listen, that got old really, really quickly. If you're new to this channel or if you don't know, I am transgender, which part of that entails taking hormones every single day to keep my levels at a normal female level. So I'm taking all these supplements on top of taking 6 pills a day just for my hormone levels. And I'm like, okay, something has to give. I am not going to destroy my liver taking a dozen pills every single day just to make up for the fact that I'm not eating certain foods when I could just eat those certain foods.
Provide evidence that vegan supplements destroy your liver, and you can just eat fortified foods. You don't even have to take the supplements. But I would point out, if fortified foods weren't an option and you did have to take the supplements, I would still say take the fucking supplements, Blaire.
Virtually everyone is at risk for vitamin D deficiency, which is why the dairy industry is forced by law to artificially add vitamin D to dairy products in an attempt to reduce widespread deficiencies. So when you consume dairy products, you are consuming a vitamin D supplement. So why don't you skip a step and just take the fucking supplement?
This is a vitamin D3 pill. This is a B12. Tastes like cherry. Just gonna suck on it for a little bit. There you go. Now I'm still vegan.
You popping a pill once or twice a day is not as bad as stabbing a cow in the throat.
I originally went vegan for ethical and health reasons. So the ethical was I didn't like factory farming. I didn't like the practices used in the killing of the animals for meat.
Okay, so you used to not like these things, but now you don't have a problem with them. I'd love for you to justify that ethically in a way that won't be reducible to inconsistency or absurdity. What I mean by that is that when you say it's okay to do something to an animal, but it's not okay to do it to a human, implicit in what you're saying is that there's a difference between the two that justifies this treatment for the animals. What is that difference? And if we applied it to humans, would it justify the treatment for humans? If so, then you have a position that cuts against basic human rights. Most people would dismiss that as absurd. If not, then you have a position that's inconsistent. And if your ethical system is inconsistent, you can justify any action.
I hate being the center of attention. And when you're the only vegan in a group of friends, or in your family, or in a group setting, or a business dinner, or anything, you are the center of attention because you have to say, I'm vegan, so we can't go to that restaurant. Where's the vegan menu? It's just not my gig.
To me, this is the real reason she is quitting veganism, because we are social, tribal creatures, and if you are varying from the behavior of your tribe, you're gonna feel a lot of pressure to conform. As she said, she's burnt out, and I don't think that burning out after 10 years of being vegan is a result of the diet itself. It's a result of the people that she is around. And this is why I think there are a lot of specific points about her supplement reasoning that just don't make any sense. There are some inconsistencies there, and that's because it was more of a post hoc or an after the fact explanation for why she didn't want to be vegan anymore, as opposed to the actual core reason. Just a theory, just my theory.
Make sure you guys subscribe to this channel if you're not subscribed, and I will see you in the next video. Bye, guys.
Okay, so we've reached the end of the video. Blaire's excuses are B12 though, D3 though, and don't want to be the center of attention though. The first two are easily resolved by taking supplements or consuming fortified foods. The third is easily resolved by growing a pair of balls, which you may not want to do as a trans person, but it's just a metaphor. You seem to be saying that even if we can address all the health stuff, you still wouldn't change. Is that still your feeling, or are you now saying it is purely the health?
It's because you're telling me if we hypothetically addressed all of the health stuff, would you change? But I've addressed the health stuff. Like, I've fixed the issue.
Well, you've addressed it, but there's a way to address it where you don't have to kill animals. I mean, don't like, just being real. I don't want to get too in like debate mode, but isn't it obvious to you that that's the better thing to do here? I mean, you can literally just get the nutrients on a vegan diet. Plenty of people will help you. It can be easily solved.
Here's the thing.